What is up, people? So this I've done a couple of videos today already, but this video um, is quite spontaneous. However, I've really wanted to talk about it quite a while. So basically, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I have been since Final Fantasy VII, which I played when I was about 5. I wasn't greatly into it then, and I fairly recently started really getting into it. Um, I own all the main games except for 11, but this video is primarily about talking about Final Fantasy 15. It looks amazing. Okay, it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like one of the best games I've ever seen in terms of the graphics. I'm quite interested to see how they're going to revolutionise Final Fantasy again. With the whole, it's not turn-based once again. It's apparently meant to be open world like the old games, which will be quite interesting. The characters, although they don't look like very memorable characters, they will be very interesting, and it is said that they're going to be more relatable, which will be quite interesting. The main character, Noctis, I think is his name, Noctis. He looks a bit like Cloud and Squall. Obviously, everyone's been making that comparison, but it has been assured that he is nothing like any other Final Fantasy character. Whether that is true, we will have to see. But yeah, I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 15. It was originally called Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Apparently, they wanted to change the name because obviously not a whole lot of people like the 13 Saga. Personally, I really like the 13 Saga, but obviously they didn't want it to be associated with the 13 name again. They wanted to completely wipe the slate clean and, get away from 13 as fast as they possibly could, which I can understand because the series wasn't very popular. And with 14, we haven't had a truly great Final Fantasy game since like 10-2, because 11 online only, 14 online only, 12, everyone says that that's like one of the black sheeps of the Final Fantasy games. So 15, everyone, well, not everyone, but I have really high hopes for it. It should live up to the hype. We haven't had any new information this year really so far. It wasn't at E3. Everyone is assuming it's going to be out next year, but we haven't had any information this year, unless it's going to be coming later on in the year, which could be possible with the announcement it will be out next year. If it is, happy days. We'll get to see how another Final Fantasy game is produced, and I think I'm ready for another change. I think that they need to. Everyone is going to say, oh, they need to go back to the original formula. But personally, I think that they need to really break away from it and go for creating a whole new set of classic games. Make 15, 16, and 17 the new 7, 8, 9 sort of thing. Will that ever happen? Is it very likely it will happen? No, but it is possible. I have high hopes for it. So if you're as in Final Fantasy as I am, obviously we have something to relate to. I just Final Fantasy games have just got so much gameplay value. The game time is amazing. The immersion into some of the stories is really amazing. The musical scores are amazing. There isn't much that Final Fantasy does wrong, to be honest. So yeah, really stoked for Final Fantasy 15. Let's pray that it's going to be a really good game and it's going to do well. We might, before we all die, we might get a Final Fantasy 7 remake, as long as it has Advent Children graphics with exactly the same game. That's the only way they can do it and pull it off well. If you agree with me on that, great. That is the only way they could redo Final Fantasy 7 without messing it up. If they tried to change anything, it would just completely fail hard. As always, thank you for watching the video, because obviously you got to the end of the video if you're watching this bit, unless you just skipped all the way to the end. In that case, don't do that, go watch the whole video. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.